Today is the second day of the NBA season and the second episode of the ChrisBeCappinn show as well. We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube as well. Appreciate you guys. Mad Stoney, what's good, my guy? I see you over here in the YouTube section, my brother. Appreciate you being here as always. Appreciate all you guys for being here for sure. We got a big slate tonight. It's a lot of games and we got a lot to get to. So we're not going to take too much time. Just for the new people, because we know the community is growing every day. I do want to say a few things, and for the people who might have missed yesterday as well. Just a few comments I want to get out the way, a few updates I want to get out the way, so people just know where we stand and what's going on. Let's see, where do I start? So for the new people, I do this show pretty much every single day since December last year. We handicap these. I handicap these games, provide betting analysis on plays that I'm official on. Give you guys insight and share looks that just things that I'm looking into, and just kind of try to help the community cash tickets. That's what we're here for. We're here to make money off betting on the NBA. So that's what the show is. Also, if you guys didn't know, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing a show, Less Cash with Chris in the morning. Every single morning, pretty much. I don't think we're gonna skip any mornings. That show will be converted. It's on Twitter, it's on YouTube. It'll be converted to a podcast. That'll be available on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast from. Probably starting tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna do another one tomorrow as well. That's that. And then I think the only other thing I want to mention is that might be it, honestly. I think that's it. So the way the show gonna flow, I kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. Similar to last year, only thing is we're gonna have a little more structure with this one. So at the very beginning, I'll give out, I'll start with giving out the plays that I like and my analysis behind it. Afterwards, if you got plays that you like and you did your homework as well, definitely request up because I want to hear from you guys as well. And then we'll get, some, if we have any news, I'll share some injury news. If we have anything that affects our plays or how we're looking at the game or gives us a different angle, I'll share that as well. And then the only other thing is I'll, do a recap and I'll tweet out all my plays right before the game start as well. I am writing down plays this year that people are sharing, but I'm not tweeting them out. And then if you missed the show or you joined late, you missed any of my analysis, all these are going to be recorded over on Twitter. So you guys want to go back and listen to my analysis, it'll always be the first part. You guys could definitely, feel free to go back and listen in over there on YouTube as well. If you join late, all the spaces are going to be about an hour 15 minutes at the most. So we're going to be off here by 6:30 every single day. That gives people about 30 minutes to go digest the content, figure out what they want to play. Listen to everybody else's plays as well, and then kind of move forward to the actual games. So that's the structure of how the space is going to be going. So if you want to you want to share play, make sure you're here specifically at that time. I'm gonna try to get to as many people as possible. It's never disrespect. I'm not gonna be able to get to every single person, especially on a night like tonight. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Let's go ahead and hop into it. We got a bunch of different games. I actually didn't even cap all of them just because it's so many. And it can become overwhelming. You can get yourself burnt out trying to cap every single game at the beginning of the season. So I don't recommend you guys to do that. But if you want to, that's totally fine as well. Let's start with we got a couple different Eastern Conference games. Let's start in. I got a couple games that I handicapped this morning as well. But I'll start with the games I actually got plays in. I won't even go through the whole actual slate. But I'll start with the games I got plays in. And I also want to mention this too. Rule of the day, right? Rule of the day is the second day of the NBA, but it's actually the first day where we have a humongous slate, right? We typically don't have a slate this big, with so many games, but there's a lot of unknowns, right? We don't have an advantage when it comes to rest because it's a lot. All of these teams, their first game, as far as rivalries and revenge spies, it's hard to find those as well. So this is really, I think today is a bit of a guess. Similar to yesterday, I just felt like we found some soft lines and we were able to cash. And I didn't even do a recap, but I went 3-2 yesterday, 2-0 on the morning plays, and then 1-1 on 1 and 2. I'm sorry, on the evening plays that I gave out in the actual spaces. So anyway, the rule of the day though is don't force anything, man. I don't want you guys just throwing away money because the NBA is back. We don't have to go crazy tonight. There's a lot of games for us to bet throughout the rest of the next 7 months. So don't feel like you guys got to go too crazy. I always recommend unit management, and I'm tweeting mine out, on a daily basis so you guys can see what I'm playing, how much I'm putting on it, all those different things. So let's get into it. First game up, I'm gonna just go over some quick notes. I'm gonna try to be as brief as I possibly can so I can pass the mic to the people who also want to share their plays as well. First game up, Orlando Magic going to Detroit. So I don't have anything official on this game. The line opened at 3 in favor of Detroit. The line is now still at 3.5. I see a 2.5 at Circa. I see a 3 at Westgate and a bunch of threes across the board. This is a really, really, really tricky game. Detroit isn't typically a team that's favored at home. Last year, they were favored at home 7 times. They went 2-7 straight up and ATS as a home favorite when they were a favorite team last year. Interestingly enough, though, both of the times that they were favored and covered, the spread and straight up, it was against the Magic. So that's a little ironic. But these are two teams that are going to be better, I think, than they were last year. But I'm not, I don't want to put any money on it. Marvin Bagley III is out for Detroit. I think that hinders them just a tad bit, even though they did get Nerlens Noel in the deal. That kind of scares me off of the total. I wanted to look towards the under, but I don't want to take it because of that. The Pistons also finished 15-3 with Marvin Bagley in the lineup last year. ATS wise, they finished 15-3, but he's not in the lineup tonight. So no real official play for me in that game. Moving on, like I said, he's going to be kind of rapid fire. And when you guys have plays, you can go over whatever you want to. We're not going to do it like we did last year, where we kind of go game by game. Just if you got a best bet, feel free to share your best bet or, your 2 best bets. What's up, Neil? I see you in the chat. What's up, girl? I see you too, Breezy. What's up? So that's all I really got on the Orlando and Detroit game. I know some people shot me some stuff about Sadiq Bey and Cade Cunningham. I like those guys. I like Bonchero as well, but I'm not playing any of that. It's more of a sit and wait spot for me. I'm going to learn, right? I'm going to watch some of these games. I'm going to learn, see what happens, see what players' tendencies are. And then I'll, be more concrete on plays that I want to make, moving forward about the, in those situations. But I don't want to just, force out a bunch of plays. So nothing really official for me on the Orlando and Detroit game. I feel like either team could win, but I would lean towards Detroit in that game. Moving on, we got the Washington Wizards going to Indiana. The line for this one actually opened at Washington -2. And it's crazy because when I was looking at this game yesterday, I saw that 99% of the money and 99% of the tickets was on the Wizards. I didn't hear any breaking news. I don't know if you guys did. Maybe I missed something. But I see the money. I see the money now. It's then evened itself out, and the spread has also come down in favor of Indiana. And when you take a look at this game, I instantly thought, okay, why not back Washington in this spot? Like the Wizards should be better. We know Porzingis isn't playing. They got Bradley Beal back from COVID, but the Pacers should be tanking, right? Like we don't expect the Wizards and the Pacers to be, relatively close to each other at the end of the standings at the end of the year, right? But taking a deeper dive, the Wizards, when they were away favorites in this spot last season, they actually finished 1-9 ATS. So they only covered one time against an underdog at home when they were the away favorite. They was 5-5 in that spot straight up. And what was more interesting to me is when I looked at Bradley Beal specifically in the lineup, this team actually finished 0-7 as away favorites, and they was losing those games by average of 7 points. So that kind of scared me off. The Wizards also just don't travel well to Indiana. They're 0-5-1 ATS in their last 6 games in Indiana, and 6 of their last 7 games have actually gone over. So that's what I would probably look towards. I think it's a lot of points. We know the Pacers like to play fast. I think the total opened up in this one at 227. It's actually come down to 226.5. I don't anticipate the Pacers playing defense. I think the Wizards play a little defense, but I would only be able to look towards the over in this game, but also nothing official that I'm on. So moving along, and like I said, I'm not going through all these games. I just want to share notes to kind of help you guys. Moving along, the Pelicans and the Nets is the next one that I think is really interesting, and I know a lot of people probably got a lot of opinions on. This spread actually opened at Brooklyn -1, and then it was bet up to about 4.5. I think I saw it at. a couple days ago, and now it's coming back down to 2.5. It was at 3 this morning, so some money's coming in on the Pelicans for sure. The total for this one opened at 230, and I see that total actually going. Which way is the total going? The total is going up. Wow. The total is all the way up to 232 in some spots. I actually don't like that. I think contrarian Chris, maybe. I actually think this game goes under. I think the Pelicans play a lot slower. They play better defense than Brooklyn does. And I think Brooklyn gonna have their hands full tonight. I lean towards New Orleans to be able to cover, but I do kind of want to see the whole gang together first before I just go ahead and start putting money on against a Brooklyn team that has a lot to prove. Right, Brooklyn, we know all of those guys, from Ben Simmons not playing last year, having a huge target on his back, to Joel Embiid, to Kyrie not playing home games last year, KD. They were about to break up, and then they decided to stay together. So they got a lot going on over there as well. And I'm not extremely interested in rushing to the window to put a ticket in on the Pelicans to win this game or cover this game, even though I think it will be a really good game. And this is a game I'm definitely going to be watching in the 740 window. So that's where I am with that game. In regards to the total, like I said, I was looking at the under. The Pelicans finished last season 6-3 to the under in games where they were away underdogs with a total of 227 or higher. The Nets finished just 4-10 to the over. So 10 of those games, 10 of the 14 went under when they were a home favorite with a total at 227.5 of 227 or higher. I'm sorry. The Pelicans also finished the second half ninth with the ninth best defensive rating. And we know that they can put a long, versatile, off lineup out there that can really disrupt your defense. So guys like Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Giannis Valanciunas. They just got Jackson Hayes. They got a long, lengthy lineup that they can put out there that's going to be pests. It's going to make it really hard for Brooklyn to score if it's not shooting threes. I don't think a lot of people are going to score in the paint on this team. So Zion will play in this game. He did come out and announce that. And then also Steph Curry and Joe Harris are still out. But I would lean towards the under 230 if I was going to play anything in this game, and probably just stay away from the side. I just think that both teams play a little bit more defense than we anticipate. And I do think that the Pelicans outscore the Brooklyn Nets when it comes down to it. But that's just, like I said, that's just my thoughts. Moving on. I got a couple more games I want to get to. Like I said, I'm not going through every game, but I do want to address the Bulls and the Heat game. If you tuned in to Cast It with Chris this morning, I did give out official play for this game. So the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls line opened at 6. We saw some money come in. It's actually down to 5.5 yesterday, which is when I wanted to play it, but I didn't. I capped it a little bit last night. Then again this morning to kind of finish my analysis on this one. And what I came up with is that the Heat actually own the Bulls. They won 3 meetings last year by 18 points, 13 points, and 26 points. Chicago has only won 1 of the last 10 meetings straight up with this team, and they've only covered 3 out of the last 10 times, which is only a 30% cover rate. The Bulls will be without Lonzo to start the season, which means they won't have a true point guard. I think that'll hurt them, a lot. And we saw this Bulls team struggle last year when they played against teams that had a winning record, especially a team with great defense like the Miami Heat. So I think that, Miami finishing last year with a top 6 defense in the second half of the season. Chicago actually finished 26. I think the Heat often get overlooked and disregarded, when it comes to being an upper echelon team in the Eastern Conference, which they always are. We just don't, they don't have that sexy player on their team that, is doing the crossovers or throwing the no-look passes. They're just a blue-collar team that plays extremely hard defense, and that's how they win their games. So one of the plays that I'm official on is the Chicago Bulls team total under 105.5. I locked that in this morning over on Hard Rock Cafe. And I told you guys about Hard Rock yesterday. If you have access to it, I don't get any money, no promotion at all. I just think that they have the softest lines, and you can really, really beat the books over there. So if you're in VA like me, and I see some VA guys in here for sure, if you're in VA like me, definitely download Hard Rock. I can't even send you a promo to give me a free bonus or any of that. They don't even got it, but just download it. I don't want nothing from it. I just want to give y'all that information because they typically gonna have the best lines. Not all the time, but I would definitely recommend checking there. So yeah, I locked the Chicago Bulls team total in at 105.5 under. I took the under. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick in that game, and just to give you guys some analysis on that, was let's see, the Heat played the Bulls twice last year at home. They won by average margin of 20 points. Both of those games, one of those games opened at +2, so the Bulls were actually favored. They got smoked, and then the Heat were favored in the second game that played in April, and they absolutely got smoked in that game too. It was a 4.5-point favorite. I think they won by like 18, 26, something like that. The Bulls are also they finished 3-13 straight up and 6-10 ATS when they were away underdogs without Lonzo Ball last year. So the Lonzo Ball effect is real, and I think that they continue to struggle. I could be wrong, but that's a play that I feel really confident on. Last season, the Heat didn't give up 105 points to their opponents in a home game until the fifth game, until their fifth actual home game, which was their eighth game overall. And the team just got to 105 points. So, like I said, I like Chicago team total in. These teams met 4 times last year. The Chicago Bulls only scored 105 points in one of those games. And then we got the news that Zach LaVine actually won't play. He's not going to play in this game. He's going to be out, I think, today and tomorrow, and maybe back like with that knee issue. He'll be back sometime. Oladipo is not playing, and Yurt7 is not playing. But and then Caruso, I think, is a game time decision too, or he's the least questionable. So I'm not looking to back Chicago. They're going to be a team that I fade, especially until they get Lonzo back. So that's my official play in that game. I don't even want to spend too much time because, like I said, I want to pass the mic to you guys and hear what you guys got to say. But it's a couple other things that I'm looking at. I'll give you guys that's actually my favorite team total for today. My 2 favorite player props, and I locked these in already. I played Jalen Green. The Atlanta Hawks. I'm sorry, the Houston Rockets actually traveled to Atlanta. I think, right? Is the game in Atlanta? I think it's in Atlanta. I think Atlanta opened up at home. Yeah, they opened up at home. You get a 9.5-point spread that was in favor of Atlanta. It went up to 10. People just not really sold on Houston. I'm not sold on them defensively. But offensively, I think they can score. I know that, Trae Young is food. He can't guard anybody. But we know DeJounte Murray can actually play defense. He can lock up. But I still think that Jalen Green gets his numbers. I was looking for, I think one of the things that I was looking at, we know that last year Jalen Green went on that run of like 30 games where he could score 30 points consecutively. I think it was like 6, 7, 8, 9 games, something like that. And of course, those teams, the opposing team wasn't playing extremely hard on the defensive end. But Jalen Green, you can just tell if you watch preseason. This is a preseason look for me. I'm looking at guys similar to Jaylen Brown yesterday. I said, I'm going to hop on Jaylen Brown. I thought his points were set way too low. Gave it out of 21.5. It went up to 22.5. And people were asking me, I said, I think he scored at least 25 tonight. And of course, he finished with 35. I'm not saying that Jalen Green is going to score 35 tonight, but if Jalen Green got 30, it wouldn't really surprise me. I think he's a significant factor on that team. You subtract Christian Wood, which is also some offensive production, and Jalen Green got the greenest light that you could possibly find. I like Jalen Green a lot. I locked him in at over 22.5. I think, if you watched Atlanta play in the preseason too, they got out and ran, right? They got out and ran. They played They played in Abu Dhabi against the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was a score fest. And I think Jalen Green gets up and down the floor tonight, and I think he goes over his 22 points. It's actually one of my favorite player props, and one of the ones that I locked in as well. That was a unit play. I want to say I played it at -105, -110, but I'll tweet that out later. The other play that I'm official on, another player prop, and I kind of tweeted about these earlier. Let's go to San Antonio, where I think we're gonna be a lot looking at player props this year. So the Charlotte Hornets and the San Antonio Spurs matchup. This is going to be a terrible game unless you like D-League basketball. LaMelo Ball isn't playing for Charlotte. We know that San Antonio is, in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes off the rip, right? I think that this team struggles to score. I think they struggle to stop anybody. And I don't think that they necessarily, want to do well. This spread actually opened in favor of Charlotte at 3, but then some money kind of came back to pick with the news about LaMelo Ball not being there. And then we see it kind of go back and forth. I saw the San Antonio Spurs actually favored by 1.5 earlier, and that probably be the only time all year you'll ever see San Antonio, at 1.5. But the play that I'm official on, I'm official on Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson was also somebody that was locked in, that I locked in at 22.5 points as well. If you watched them play in the last preseason game, I think they played the Orlando Magic. I can't remember exactly who they played. He just looked really, really good. He's another guy that's gonna have the ultra green light. Last year when they played, the last time he faced the team, I think he went off for like 31, 35, something like that. And that was with DeJounte Murray on the team. And that was with Lonnie Walker on the team. So you could argue that he's he's 1A and 1B for this team. Of course, they have other guys on this team that can score the ball, but I think Keldon Johnson actually absolutely has a field day today against the Charlotte defense that I don't think is going to do well at all. This total actually opened at 229. It's come down to 221, but of course that's probably due to LaMelo Ball not being there. So that's my other official, Keldon Johnson. I think he scores at will. He got a bag over the summer. I think he wants to prove his worth as well. I think they gave him like $80 million over 4 years. So I'm official on Keldon Johnson as well. I like Keldon Johnson over 22.5. And I like Jalen Green over 22.5. So those are the two player props that I really, really like. A lot of player props weren't even open when I was capping earlier as well. And then that's really all I got. Like I said, the show gonna end at about 6:15. I don't want to dominate the time just because I'm the host. So I want to kind of open it up to you guys. And if anybody got anything, this is the time that you guys can request up. Afterwards, I'll do a recap and go over my plays. And if you guys are over on the YouTube, matter of fact, let me go to the YouTube real quick. I got a lot of love on YouTube real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. A lot of people over on YouTube. Let me see what we got. Chris, it's our time. That's a fact. What up, Vaughn? What up, Rob? What y'all got? Y'all got plays? Let's see. Never want to back the Pistons as a favorite. That's a fact, Vaughn. Can't do that. That sounds crazy. Sharps on the Pacers. I think so, Sam. I agree with that, bro. I think Pacers not gonna have too many winnable games or lines where they even, -1, -2, +1, +2. I could see the Pacers with an upset because the Wizards don't play well in Indiana. Like I said, 0-5-1 ATS in their last 6 games. Euphoria said he on Detroit ATS, he on Miami ATS. I really love the Miami play. Only reason I didn't get there, Euphoria, was because I felt like the line was actually in the middle. But looking at it, I still think that they cover. And I'm not going to give it out as an official because I'm on the team total under. But we know when Miami wins, it's because of their defense. So I am going to, I already put that play in. It's a unit play for me. All of my plays are unit plays. So I got 3 units on the board right now. Brooklyn ATS, Euphoria say he's on that. Toronto ATS, and that's a good game. Maybe somebody else want to talk about that one, but I did cap it. I just want to kind of wait and see. That's a game I'm definitely going to be watching. Cleveland played Toronto, 2 really good, solid defensive teams. 2 teams I expect to be in the playoffs between the 4 and the 6 seed in my estimation, and or higher. And that's a wait and see game for me. When it's 2 teams that I really, really like, I'll tend to watch and learn so that I can bet, because I don't want to bet against the other team that I also like in this spot. We also don't have a lot of rest advantage news in this spot. Like I said, you catch these teams traveling or second night of a back-to-back or 3rd and 4th days or whatever the case might be, and you get more of an advantage. But opening night, like Toronto typically comes out slow, but I don't want to put my money on Cleveland. If they struggle out the gate, will it surprise me? No, because Donovan Mitchell is, it'll be his first official game there. They're trying to get him integrated into the offense. Evan Mobley's coming back from an injury. So it wouldn't really surprise me if they got off to a slow start, which is why I'm going to just sit and watch and learn in that spot. Jabari Smith narrative, he back home in Atlanta, and Auburn has a bye week for football this week. It might be a decent game. Appreciate that, OVO. I didn't even really see that one. What's up, Chris? Great to have the show back. Appreciate you, SS Austin, for sure. Jalen Green points over. Hero points over. Vargo said he on that. Clint Capella double-double. I like that look a lot. That's something that I'll probably look at. Clint Capella double-double in the win. That I'm going to actually write that down. Just because when you think about the lack of rebounding that the Houston Rockets going to have, it's going to be significant. They don't have anybody on their team. The couple centers they had, they waived them. So, yeah, I like that look a lot as well. I'm going to definitely look at that one for sure. Pacers to win +11. Ooh, okay. Banchero points over, bleed green. What do you think about Banchero? I think Banchero gets his points, Vargo. I think so, but I'm gonna just like I said, I'm gonna wait and see in that one too. Extremely confident guy. I talked about him yesterday. Extremely confident guy. Ben Simmons over 6.5 rebounds. Jabari Smith won over a half a block. Appreciate you, DJ, for sharing that one on DraftKings. Do you like PJ Washington props without Bridges? His numbers are really good. That's actually a good look too, Jiggy. Jiggy Jess, I like PJ Washington. I haven't even looked at his numbers. And with so much on the board, it's impossible to look at it from every single lens. Y'all know if y'all listen to the show, I cap the game in a variety of ways, right? I'm looking at player props, I'm looking at team totals, I'm looking at unders, I'm looking at quarter props, I'm looking at everything that you could possibly think of. But PJ Washington is a guy that I hadn't really looked into, but somebody gonna have to pick up the scoring. Terry Rozier probably go for 40 tonight. I don't think he a bad look. Especially against a Spurs team that, I don't think they're going to, focus in on playing no defense. So I like that look a lot, man. I appreciate y'all dropping these, y'all dropping some gems in the chat, man. I appreciate that. Let's see, Devin Booker 6 points, and 1 rebound in the first quarter. Capper Taylor, okay. And also, what's your process when it comes to matchups? That's a whole show, Jiggy. If I tried to go through that, man. But I appreciate y'all for being here. 62 people on the YouTube channel, man. So y'all definitely hit that like button over there for me. Subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. That one friend that you got that's never came to the show that was supposed to, make sure you tag him. But yeah, I want to transition over to the actual my guests that I have that have plays and looks that they want to share. This is the time, like I said, if you're over on YouTube, continue to keep dropping those plays. But if you're in the space and you got looks, definitely request up so you can share. And shout out to my guy YBB Sports, man. Appreciate you for being here, bro. As always, Chris, I got the Bulls outright. Oh, don't kill me. Hey, YBB, as long as they win 99-97, I don't care, bro. I just need the team total to go under 105. Under 105 and a half is what I took, bro. Hayward has 41 last time he played the Spurs with no LaMelo. Okay. SGA over 4.5 assists. Y'all dropping the plays over there, man. Definitely, be on the lookout for some of the plays over there. I got some stuff that I done circled already and wrote down and put in my notes. But yeah, let me get to my guy. Shout out to Monotone. I had a couple people reach out to me yesterday and say, yo, tag that guy that gave out them first quarter plays yesterday because them joints cash, and I want to tell him thank you. So we got him back again today, man. And I kind of talked about him being able to find these gems. Monotone, I appreciate you giving out the, contributing yesterday and giving out the looks. And I definitely appreciate you coming back again today, my brother. I wanted to kick it to you first. And then Prop, I'm coming to you as well. What's up, Monotone? How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. We got an absolutely huge slate today, so plenty of value. And I'm glad, too, you already talked about one of the plays I was going to come up here and give out, which is Jalen Green over 22.5 points.
Oh, yes. When we align, Monotone, and make me happy, my brother, I might put another unit on it. Talk to me about it. What did I miss?
Yeah, no, you covered a lot of the great stuff. I just wanted to bring up, too, he had 40 points last season in that matchup as well. Obviously, DeJounte is here now. But, man, if you look at this Houston roster, they might have found a way to even get worse defensively than last season. I mean, they're going to truly be a bottom-tier defensive team, which means points are going to have to be scored in this one, right? It's looking at the highest total on the slate so far, and you really said exactly what I was looking at, which last season it took him a while to ramp up, right? It took him a little bit to get used to playing at the NBA pace. He was playing in the G League before that, hadn't had that professional experience. He looked great in the preseason. If you look at every single Rockets beat writer, it's all positive. The explosiveness looks good. The confidence looks good. Everything is exactly where you want it to be. Now you combine all those factors with the insane shot volume that we saw at the end of last season without Christian Wood they're playing. Additionally, it looks like Sengun might not actually play at center. He's a fairly high usage center. He likes to have the ball in his hands. He has good passing ability. It looks like they're not going to be starting him, which just puts more usage for the rest of the starters. So absolutely loved hearing you on Green. That's definitely my favorite play of the day too. I also wanted to bring up an under. I know people don't love these as much. I gave it out last night. Julius Randle, under 21.5 points. You can still get that at 20 right now, and I think that's a good play. We saw him have 24 2 seasons ago. He was great for the prop community. but last season only averaged 20 points a game, and that was spending the whole season as either the leader in usage or second on the team in usage. Now that they added Jalen Brunson in, we all know money talks, right? They gave him the big bucks over the offseason, and the preseason, Randall was third in usage. That's a big decline, right, from being first or second over the last 2 years, but we're still seeing his line priced at the same amount. I think Brunson's going to come in, play a pretty big factor immediately. And, Barrett will probably be second usage as well. Randall looks a lot more pass happy in preseason, and even the coaches and a lot of the guys were actually giving him credit for distributing rather than shooting. So I think Randall goes under in game number 1, and I like that you can still get it at either under 21 or 20 right now.
Nice, Monotone. I like that one too, bro. I like that a lot. I see some smart guys in the chat. Some of these guys way smarter than I am. And I'm interested to hear from you guys as well. If y'all got plays, y'all let me know. I like so Monotone. I think one of the things that I was looking at when I was thinking about the Knicks specifically is if you listen to their press conferences over the course of the offseason, they just keep talking about wanting to get out and push the pace and run in transition and transition and transition and transition. So I actually lean towards the over in this game tonight. But like I said, I think, like I said, I don't want to force a lot. I'm not trying to go down units at all. I'm trying to be, remain positive and keep giving out winners. So I'm not going to force a lot, but I love it. I like this look. I like this look a lot, Monson, and I appreciate you sharing. And I love that we aligned on that we aligned on Jalen Green for sure.
And yeah, I'll just say one more thing too. I appreciate the people that were on the first quarter. There's only one game with first quarter right now, but I am looking at Luka Doncic to have 2 first quarter rebounds. I'm going to pair that up with something else. He averaged 3 last season and covered that number. He kind of came into the season out of shape, if you remember last year. He still had 2 first quarter rebounds in 23 of his first 25 games. So really like that look. Still trying to decide what to pair it with. I'm thinking Chris Paul to get a steal might be a good one. He had like almost an 80% hit rate on that number last season and has hit that number in every game in his career against Luka, who can be a bit turnover prone. So if you're looking for those first quarter lines, I like Luka Doncic 2 first quarter rebounds is one of my favorites.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate that, Monotone. Prop, I want to kick it to you. And then I want to get to I got Sosa in the building. I got Vaughn here, lockdown. So we definitely got some sharp guys in the building for sure. Prop, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? Absolutely, bro. It's good to be back, bro, and I appreciate you tapping in with me, man.
For sure. I did like in that look you showed me earlier. I hopped in a little late in the space. I'm sure you mentioned it though with the Bulls under the team total.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we chopped it up early about it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm sticking with that game. I bought the first half spread down. I altered it down to -3.5. I got the Heat -3.5 in the first half. That's in at -128 on FanDuel. The thing for me is this: the Bulls. I mean, they started off last season great. They dwindled off towards the end of the year, and I think that had something to do with Levine's injury bothering him more as the season went along. Now you got him tonight. It's no Levine. You know what I mean? So they're gonna rely on Ayo, who's his assist. It was a gym last season, but I'm not sure how. I don't want to put a trigger on him tonight either. Facing this Miami team, I think that he come out. I think they whoop him, bro. The home opener. It's the DeRozan show. That means that he can focus on stopping DeMar. If DeMar doesn't go for 40, I just don't see the Bulls winning this game, and I don't see him going for 40 tonight either. So I like the Heat to cover that first half spread. That's my first look. Did you cover? You doing a little different? Are you want me to just give out everything I like?
Everything you like, Prop. Everything, bro. Just go for it.
I got 3. So.
Okay.
My next one, I'm going with I got the Nuggets money line parlay with the game to go under 229.5. We know what the Jazz lost. I don't think they'll be horrible, but it's going to take time. You got a new head coach, and you have to implement new pieces into the offense. You know what I mean? So I think that will help keep us under the total. I think the total is already at 224.5, so I bought 5 points. I don't think they get to 230. And I think the Nuggets, man, I'm excited for Jamal Murray to be back. Michael Porter Jr., if he can stay healthy as well, I think the Nuggets could be one of the best teams in the West. I mean, they already was one of the best, but I mean, you know what I mean? I'm talking about that real upper echelon, that Joker. He carried them while they were short-handed. Now they get the game back. That was going to be a problem for sure. So I just think that they just off the talent alone, they're better than Utah. Denver has the more experience playing together as well. I think the Jazz probably play an ugly game. And Denver doesn't play with a fast pace either. So I definitely like the under. And if the spread sitting at the -7, I couldn't talk somebody off that either. But I'd rather get the plus money. So the Nuggets to win in a game under 229.5, that's in that plus 106. The Heat look is -128. My last look, I'm fading KD in there, man. I'm going with the Pelicans money line, bro.
Okay.
The Pelicans match up well. They got the length. With Zion being back, I think they caused too many issues for Brooklyn. So who's Ben Simmons going to guard, right? Let's say they try to give him Brandon Ingram. And then who's going to guard McCollum? And who's going to guard Zion? It's like, I think that I was high on the Pelicans at the end of last season. I started believing in them. I think they have a great year. I took Zion points, too. It's too late now. It's at 21.5. I caught that line at 18.5 for plus 100. I cannot believe they dropped it that low, bro. I texted you that earlier, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just way too low. I think Zion has about 25 tonight, and I think the Pelicans will win. I do think it'll be competitive. I'm not saying they're going to run them, you know what I mean? But I just think with all the value and how talented that team is, with the Nets, both teams got to mesh, right? Because Zion has to mesh with New Orleans and CJ McCollum, and KD and Kyrie got to continue to mesh with Ben Simmons. But I think the ceiling is higher for New Orleans right now. So give me the Pelicans money line. That's in that plus 126 on FanDuel.
Little plus money to start the season off. Okay.
Yes, sir. Everything plus money today besides that Heat spread.
Man. I hear that. Bro said he coming out with a vengeance. I like it, bro. I like it a lot, man. I lean that same way, bro. I just don't want to get on it. I'm not gonna go official with that, but I only could look towards them tonight too. I think, like you said, they just create too many defensive mismatches, and I think it also just makes it hard for if the Pelicans come out locked in, I think it makes it really hard for Brooklyn to score anywhere that's not at the 3-point line, because they're gonna clog the paint for sure. Got a bunch of guys that can switch to pick and roll. So I like your looks, Prop. Good, but best of luck, my guy. Appreciate you sharing. Let's go to Sosa. Sosa and then lockdown. Then I'm gonna come to you, Vaughn.
What's good, my guy? You're back.
What up, Sosa? Yeah, bro. I came back out from the dead, bro. What's up with you?
No quicker way for me to completely ignore the fact that my Dodgers got dog walked. So it's great. It's just wonderful that basketball's back. I can completely put that in the rear view. But yeah, I got 3 looks that I really like. They're my favorite as far as like value. One, you already know I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan. I took his assist at over 4.5. I think he's going to be playing a lot of high pick and roll with Gobert. I think that Gobert, diving into the basket, I think he should be able to get 3-4 just off that, and then he should get a couple just off of him being able to drive in and drive and kick. I believe that this Minnesota team is going to be very high paced, and I think that they're going to take the ball out of D'Angelo Russell's hands a lot more and put it in Edwards' hands. I think it's his year. I think that he will be the focal point of, as far as like just handling the ball and being the play initiator. Because I just think that, like I said, it's his time to go. The other play that I like is Scotty Barnes over 0.5 3. Another guy that I think is you're going to see a level of ascension for him. I think that Nick Nurse gives him the ball, and I think that he was attempting close to 5 at certain stretches. The only thing is he became gun shy last year. I don't think that'll be an issue. Getting it at -113, I love the price for him to get 1-3. Probably cash it for us in the first quarter. And the third play that I like is the home run play of the night. Everyone's talking about Jalen Green. I, too, am high on Jalen Green. I played his threes ladder up to 5 at plus 360, plus 152 for 4, for 4+. I think that this kid is due for a good year. Monotone mentioned something too. They don't play much. They're not going to be able to play much defense in Houston. They're going to be an up-tempo team. They got an athletic point guard who is very underrated in KPJ. I think they're going to be an exciting team. They might not win a lot of games, but I think that, again, you're going to get a lot of points from them. And Jalen Green, everybody likes his points. I like his threes. I think that this kid is going to be – I think he could really be something special. So those are my 3 favorite looks of the night. And, I went all props.
Yeah, I like him, so I like him a lot, bro. I didn't think about that, but yeah, like you said, Jalen Green and that offense, they're gonna get out and run. I mean, Coach Salah said it last year. He said, like we don't care if we make a shot, miss a shot. We don't care if we shoot it with 23 seconds left on the shot clock or we shoot it with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. We want to get quick shots, make them miss them, and run. And we don't care if they score. We don't care if they don't score. We just trying to get the ball and go. So I like it. So it's a recipe to go over.
Also, I think the thing with Houston is, I think that they can compete with a lot of teams, but they're another team that could either be in the Wembanyama Olympics or they could be fighting for a bottom playoff spot, like
a play-in game.
That's how talented the team is, but it's just about like, can they grow as a team and learn winning habits quickly with such a young squad? That's going to be the thing you really want to see with them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they got it. They're a year or two removed from that. So and I think defensively they got to really like buy in and get that like veteran presence on the team. Just from a leadership standpoint. But yeah, I like the looks. So I definitely like the looks, bro. And I think you probably gonna cash all of them. I like them. Real quick, let me kick it to Lockdown. Then I'm gonna come to you, Vaughn. Then I got Denzel and Clipper Soul up here as well. Lockdown, pass the mic to you, my brother. What's going on?
Not much, buddy. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Tell us about 10 defensive props you on tonight that's gonna cash before halftime.
That's exactly what I came to hear you do. You guys ready for the block party parlay?
Yes, sir. What you got?
All right, I'll give you guys the fun parlay right away. It's Damian Lillard steals, so that's the first. The rest are blocks. But I've been waiting to do a defensive parlay. You guys know I love them. Hold on, let me just pause for a second. That's it, buddy. So Damian Lillard, 1 steal. That alone, minus 170, is a nice parlay piece. I like that tonight against Sacramento. Mitchell Robinson over 2.5 blocks. That's plus 135. We're going to talk about that next. Evan Mobley over 1.5 blocks. That's plus 115. Miles Turner over 1.5 blocks. That's a minus 220 parlay piece. Definitely love Miles Turner for 2 blocks today. And Isaiah Stewart over 1 block. That's minus 195. Also like that for a parlay piece if you need it.
Who was right before him, prop? After Evan Mobley. Who was after Mobley?
Isaiah Stewart, 1 block, and then it was Miles Turner over 1.5 blocks. So I'll say the whole thing again, then I'll give you the price that I got it. I believe it was $1,600. I played it for a quarter unit. So Isaiah Stewart over 1 block, Miles Turner over 1.5 blocks, Evan Mobley over 1.5 blocks. The little story on that, I'll tell you that in a minute. Damian Lillard over 1 steal, and Mitchell Robinson over 2.5 blocks.
Okay.
So that is your block party parlay for the day featuring Damian Lillard. Evan Mobley, just a little bit of thing on it. He did look a little. He's a bit of a riskier piece for me, so feel free if you want to take that out. Because I think he was coming back from an ankle injury in his first preseason game. The last game he played, and he looked a little rusty. I was listening to the Locked On Heat. Those are always, if you need a blog to listen to or a podcast to listen to, just check out the Locked On podcast for whatever network is. It's always a good little quick headshot on the team because they do it every day. So that's your quick NBA tip for this season. So yeah, they said he looked a little rusty, but he did also, there's quotes already coming out that he was pissed off about losing the Rookie of the Year award to Scotty Barnes. So it's a little revenge factor for people that like the narrative play. So over 1.5 blocks is plus 115 there. But yeah, that parlay, I'm sorry, I can't find what the price was. I'll find out as I'm talking. But the solo piece, and I guess real quick, I should do a quick review. Yesterday I came in and gave Maxey 2.5 threes. He had so many beautiful wide open ones that just missed. I believe I also gave out 18 points and he did clear that. So anytime his number set below 20, definitely take it. And let me see, the price on that parlay was, I got it on DK for $16.65. But let me give you guys an actual defensive play today. I should have done that yesterday, but I ended up playing Russell Westbrook turnovers live. That was a fun bet and will always be a fun bet. So definitely always consider taking that. I mean, if he's going to be starting, I'm sorry to my Russell Westbrook fans. I love you. I love him, but he turns the ball over. So the defensive play that I really liked that I got today was Mitchell Robinson over 2.5 blocks. I just talked about it. DraftKings has a boost on that game for 33% on any kind of play. So I boosted that from plus 135 to plus 179. for 1 unit. So 50 to win like 140. So that's a nice return there. Let me just give you. So Memphis is down a few guys. I don't know if we've reviewed that game. I may have missed it because I couldn't hear anything for a bit there. But they might be playing John Conchar, so they're playing like 3-guard lineup. Am I right? Does anyone correct me there?
I think that's right. Like I know they definitely down a couple guys. Jared Jackson Jr. is going to be out, and of course Steven Adams is going to be there. But yeah, they definitely down a couple guys.
And just quick, if you don't know, do you remember how many blocks per game Memphis gave up last year? Hint: they were the worst.
I don't remember. How many was it?
6. They were the worst. They gave up 6 blocks per game in total last year. I don't know if I won't do any guessing games, but Mitchell Robinson in 2 games last year got 8 and 4. I repeat, 8 and 4.
Okay.
Against them last year.
Okay.
Sorry for the loudness. It's just hilarious. So yeah, that at plus money, and he's been doing it preseason. He's actually one of the there's one of those weird metrics, WAR percent, I don't know, that had Mitchell Robinson leading in the preseason the way he was playing. So he's already starting to play well, warming up early. I mean, I love it. I love it against the 3-guard lineup. I love it against even though Memphis is favored, which I feel like if they're down so many guys, that might be a weak spot for them. And going against a Mitchell Robinson guy who likes to block the hell out of him, feel free. The other option is to go his steals and blocks, because sometimes we've seen misgrading. We've seen just sometimes he's too fast and he gets to the steal before the block happens. So that I think is 3.5, and I just didn't want to buy up to 3.5, but he does do it. He did do it in the preseason once, 2 and 2 blocks and steals. So if we get burned that way, that's the only way that's probably going to happen tonight. Where he gets like 2 and 1 or 2 and 2, but on the blocks. But yeah, that's one of my favorite plays. But I don't want to take up too much more time. So
no, I appreciate that lockdown for sure. I got the parlay and I got Mitchell Robinson over 2.5. That's a nice look, especially given what you said about last year. They don't like this. They don't like each other either. I think that's something to take into consideration too. Like those games were like, I remember watching those games last year. They were going back and forth. And yeah, they're really good games. Yeah, and we seen some money kind of come in on the Knicks to be able to cover this spread with the injuries for the Grizzlies as well. So I'll definitely be watching that game as well. Try to watch, as many of these games as possible, but definitely have them recorded and go back and watch them for sure. Appreciate you, Lockdown. Let me kick it.
That parlay will be Spaces exclusive. It's in my VIP, but I ain't putting it out on Twitter. So, enjoy it. Hopefully it cashes tonight. Good luck to everyone tonight.
Nice. Appreciate that, Lockdown. Best of luck to you as well, my brother. Vaughn, I want to kick it to you, and then I want to kick it to Zenzel. What up, Vaughn?
What's going on, bro? You hear me good?
Yeah, you good. You good.
All right, bet. I sent you a DM. Look at that and let me know something in a second. But what we on tonight, man? We took the DraftKings special at plus 100 for KD to score 20 points or more. I don't have to tell people why we like that one. That one a little common sense right there. Honestly. So we got KD 20 points or more. That was a 2-unit play for me. The ones I gave out a couple plays from my Discord. It's free if y'all want to join. All we doing is giving out free information in that one. But what we on so far, man, we on Ben Simmons rebounds and assists. We got the line at 14.5. The reason we like that play more than anything else, averaging 15.8 for his career, never averaged less than 14. Numbers definitely in our favor. We got him starting at the 4 and not being like a fake point guard this year. Should see some small ball minutes. New Orleans has length. Pause. So that's a little scary, but I don't anticipate them starting Valanciunas and Jackson Hayes this year. So that'll open up a couple rebound opportunities. In the preseason games, we played meaningful minutes. He had 18 rebounds and assists, and in another game, he had 14 in 25 minutes. Definitely anticipate him playing more than 25 minutes. So we took, again, that's Ben Simmons rebounds and assists at 14.5, minus 115 on FanDuel. The other play we're going to take Memphis first quarter spread at minus 1.5. So this is kind of the same thing you and Lockdown was just talking about. Them and the Knicks seem to not like each other for whatever reason. I think this is a good home opener for them. I see Memphis coming out with some energy. We know what Memphis is in the first quarter.
and has been, especially last year. Knicks was giving up 27.5, 12, which was 12. Knicks 17th in defensive rating. The Knicks defensively just nothing to write home about, and all they do is bring in Jalen Brunson, who not an excellent defender. Oh shit, they're gonna hit each other. I'm sorry, I'm sitting in the parking lot. So we took Memphis first quarter spread -1.5. That was a half unit play for me. The Ben Simmons play was a 1 unit play. And another half unit play we like. So I took Phoenix first quarter -1.5. Again, that one is in my Discord as well. The reason we like that, so we know what's going on with Phoenix with Aid not talking to the coach. There's a few things that scare you off, so it's only a half unit play for me. The reason I like it more than anything else, it's a motivation spot for Phoenix. Mavericks put them out, whooped their ass by 33 to send them home in Game 7. So I see. And then Phoenix been playing bad in the preseason with the loss to the 36ers. So I think Phoenix come out a little motivated. I don't know if they win the game, but I definitely want to get my money and get away from this game as quick as possible with the way Phoenix has been playing. But I just anticipate them coming out with a little energy. And a half unit lean for me. My last one was PJ Washington, points and rebounds at 19.5. For -115 on FanDuel as well. In 5 games without Miles Bridges, he's averaging like 18 and 7, something like that. I don't got the numbers directly in front of me. No LaMelo, no Miles Bridges, so it's a lot more opportunities. Charlotte still doesn't have any bigs other than Plumlee, and we know he's nothing to write home about. Very underwhelming. And the Spurs, again, not a great rebounding team, a horrible defensive team. So we like the PJ Washington. Oh shit! And my last one, I'm sorry. I also like Bradley Beal. His threes was at 1.5 for -104. Pacers bottom 3 in any defensive category you can find in the world. Last year, so we like Bradley Beal. That was a full unit play for me. I got a couple more to add to my Discord. If you're not, again, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. It's free. It's nothing but me just giving out free game. But that's all we on. And I'll post these officially on my Twitter. For the ones that I haven't already posted. But I got a couple units out there. I like the Jalen Green, but I already got too much money out there. It's 12 games. We talked about it a lot before. You want to stay disciplined. So I'm going to keep it to about six plays for me. And that's all I'm rolling with tonight.
My man, appreciate that, Vaughn. Hey, Vaughn, real quick, what was the Ben Simmons play?
Ben Simmons rebounds and assists at 14.5.
Got it. Okay. I just want to make sure I jot it down. Appreciate you, bro. Best of luck, man.
Yes, sir.
Denzel, I'm gonna kick it to you. It's 6:09 too, so we probably wrap up about 6:20. That'll be a solid hour and 5 minutes. So, and plus I don't got too many more requests anyway. My guy McAfee is in the building though. Appreciate you, Matt, for being here. I see Blair in here. NBA props, 44 in here. I saw my guy. Bali Boombaye, I see you down there. Ali in here, but let me keep going, man. I want to kick it to you, and then I'm gonna get the Clipper Soul and Papi Cinco.
Yeah, real quick, I'm at work, man. I love those blocks. I'm all over New Orleans money line. I can't explain right now, but strong lean. I got a strong lean to the under 9.5 rebounds for Pascal Siakam going up against Cleveland, and then I took the 5.5 assists. I took over 5.5 assists at +110 earlier this morning for De'Aaron Fox. I had a lot of more plays, but I'm at work right now. I can't explain, man, but appreciate you giving me the flow.
Nah, anytime, Denzel. It's all good, bro. Post them on your page, and then people can tap in if they want to.
For sure.
Best of luck, my brother.
All the time.
All right, cool. Clipper Soul, I want to come to you next, and then I'm gonna kick it to Papi Cinco. Appreciate you guys being patient.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just want to just jump in here right quick. Like I say, I'm at work too. To get shout out to all the Clipper fans. I'm not into the whole fantasy draft. I just want to come show my support. Just now meeting you, Chris, on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow me. that we're gonna do extremely well. Make sure y'all be betting on the Clippers. I travel around to all the games with them home and away. Bet on the Clippers this year. Guaranteed we're gonna get a ring this year. And I want to support all y'all spaces. Just follow me, send me an invite, and I try to do the best I can. But make sure I watch out for my other company, Power Plus Mouth Guard. We're the #1 mouth guard company. Black owned throughout the NFL and NBA. That's like a commercial, but I'm just showing the support to your space, Chris.
Word. I appreciate that, Clippers. So, hey, Clippers, just so you know, I'm a Laker fan too, bro. So I don't really rock with y'all, but I did.
I did. Game tomorrow. Tell y'all Laker fans don't harass me as much as they usually do.
Hey, look, so
the police to walk around me last time.
Hey, look, I will say this. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out. I did bet y'all tomorrow. I took I didn't catch the 4. I took it at 5.5. But yeah, I'm betting against my Lakers because
hold on. Westbrook is crying. Westbrook, shut up. I'm gonna get your bottle in a minute. Hold on.
Oh man, my guy. Hey, appreciate you being here, Clifford. So that was a good one.
Chris, make sure you follow me. We're gonna be doing a lot of big things, and maybe we can host like a little co-space with all fantasy stuff and all around the Clippers.
Word.
Jumping on to start doing the space, but I appreciate y'all just spreading the love for the game. Because I'm a basketball guy. I'm a fan of the game. So
word. Now,
y'all definitely gotta help me because it's gonna be a tough year going to all the away games.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Being a youth pastor, somebody gonna die tonight.
I appreciate you being here, man. Tap back in with me, especially if you got any plays you want to share.
Thank you.
Absolutely, bro. Best of luck. Poppy Cinco, I want to kick it to you real quick before we get to Mr. Boombaye. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome in. I think it's your first time up, so welcome in. You got a question or a play you like?
Man, I got a couple of players I like. I appreciate you having me. Yeah, this is my second time listening to the show, man. The show been great so far, man. A lot of great plays been coming from it. So I appreciate you having me. But I just wanted to share some plays I was kind of high on. I'm trying to get into the Twitter Spaces. I'm on Facebook, but I'm trying to get into the Twitter Spaces. Let me tell y'all what I'm high on today. The play that I'm the highest on right now is Josh Hart rebounds at over 6.5. He's starting in the starting role. Really, the only rebound that the Blazers really have is Nurkic. And man, if you take a look at his preseason rebounds, he's got 6, 7, 8, and 10 in limited minutes. So I'm expecting him to play around 25, 30 minutes today. So I think that 6.5 number is actually a little too low for him.
Okay, I can see that. Josh Hart is a guy that's going to play extremely hard on the offensive, specifically on the defensive end, and we know he one of the better rebounders for his size in the league. So I can see that for sure against the Clippers.
Especially with Grant too. Grant really not a great rebound at the power forward spot.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. They dare to get buckets.
So. That's a fact. I like that play. I definitely see him down there crashing the glass for sure. I like that play a lot. Bobby Cinco, you got anything else you want to share?
Yeah. My second highest play is actually Devin Vassell. Just like you high on Keldon Johnson, I'm really high on Devin Vassell this year. They got a lot of shots available with Murray leaving. I know you talked about that last preseason game where Keldon Johnson was going crazy. Man, Devin Vassell was actually going just as crazy. I think he ended the game with like 24 points in like 23 minutes or something like that. It was crazy. So I expect his shot attempts to be around like 16. He's actually at 16.5. It actually opened at 15.5. So the public was on the over, so it got betted up a little bit, but I still expect him to get about 16 to 17 shots.
Hey, bro, I absolutely love that play. I saw shout out to my guy Mitch. Mitch was on that play as well. I like Keldon Johnson, but I think both of these guys could finish with about 25 if I'm being honest, by Cinco. So I definitely like that play a lot, bro. I love that play. You got some sharp looks. I like that a lot, bro.
Yep, and then my last play is this. I'm on D'Angelo Russell assist. It actually opened at 8.5. It got betted down to 7.5. So I just caught it. He had 12 assists last year in the game that Pat Bev sat, where he was the only ball handler against the same OKC team. OKC second worst to the assists. Gave up the second most assists in the league last year. I expect them to kind of do somewhat the same this year too as well. With not really no roster changes with Chet going down. So with him being the only ball handler with Pat Bev kind of gone, I like his assists at 7.5. So
D Russ assists over 7.5?
D'Angelo, yep.
Okay. Russ. Okay. Yep. Hey, that's what's up, bro. I like that one too. I'm going out there next week, so I got to figure out the spaces. I'm going to the Timberwolves and the Laker game next Friday or Saturday. So yeah, I'm gonna get to see D Russ. I was a big D Russ fan when he was in LA before he snitched on Nick Young, but that's neither here nor there. Whatever. I'm gonna just be out there. I'm gonna be out there soon. But I appreciate you coming in, Poppy Cinco. You sound like You sound like you sharp, bro. I like your looks a lot, man. Best of luck to you.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Lockdown. I want to kick it back to you real quick, and then I want to get to Mr. Boombaye.
Yo, so do you have underdog fantasy?
I do, but I don't typically. I'm not always looking at it
because they advertised it. I made an account. They were advertising that Ben Simmons under.
Oh yeah, under 1.5 threes. Yeah.
Please, everyone, take that with some kind of combo. I cannot. They let me deposit, unlike any other gambling account. I'm gonna pitch real quick. Like they let me deposit, create an account, and only then did I realize, oh, they're still not available on PA, and now I have to go through it. Like I can't even withdraw. Anyways, so please take it with some. You have to pair it with at least one thing. It's a max bet of $25. There's no way in fucking hell. Maybe, yes, there is people on his long shot of like over 1-3 for plus 800 is too valuable to fucking pass up. Go ahead. But like, please take this because I can't, and I'm sad that I can't.
Right.
We need a pairing. I paired it with, shout out to Prop Bomb. He put out over 4.5 CJ McCollum assists. So that was probably would have been where I would have went because they didn't have a lot of the defensive plays that I would have liked. So they're very selective in how you do it. So yeah, please take that, people. Please.
Okay. Yeah, nah, for sure. I'm glad you mentioned that lockdown because I saw it earlier too. But I mean, it's so much going on, so many moving parts. I can never remember everything for the day. So I'm for a single day. So I'm glad you mentioned that too. Appreciate you for sharing that.
And if anyone's thinking he's done it or he's working on it, it might be. It's not. It's not this year. He didn't do it a single time this preseason. Believe me, I checked. There's no way in hell he's doing it. He's been very, very flippant about it. He just doesn't recognize the issue. Yeah, there's no way in hell he's sinking 2 threes against the fucking Pelicans.
Right.
I just rant over.
Right now, for sure. Mr. Boombaye, I want to kick it to you real quick before we wrap this thing up, man. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you being here. Matt, I'm coming to you. I'm definitely coming to you. I can't have a space and have you as a speaker and not let you speak, bro. Definitely coming to you, Matt.
Yo, what's going on?
What up, bro?
What's the word, man? Hey, shout out to all y'all as always in the spaces. I wanted to be kind of quick. I actually want to hear what Matt had to say too. But I was leaning more so on. This is a question before I tell you to play. I was listening and I was leaning more so towards the Pelicans money line too, because like I'm just having a problem seeing who they have to stop.
Zion
and Valanciunas. Like, they don't have any
rim protection.
They don't have any size.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And at first, me and Mike Murder, we be hopping on the phone, be chopping up center plays. Like I done made Mike Murder some money in the past like 2-3 weeks. That's football shit. But I sent him a play about Valanciunas 20 points, and I'm off that. And it reminded me of Herbert Jones in the playoffs. So I wanted to know what y'all thoughts on him 2 threes in the win because he was shooting the ball in the playoffs, and the fact that the Nets don't really play no defense. I'm not really sold on Ben Simmons being able to stop Zion or Valanciunas. And I'm under the impression that they're going to double those 2 guys, which is going to lead to open threes for not only Herb Jones, Ingram, McCollum, the Alvarados of the world. So what was our thoughts on Herb Jones 2 threes in the win? It's plus 750.
It's a nice long shot. Bro, I mean, I couldn't talk you off of it just because of the simple fact that when you think about, I mean, he knows that, Zion's coming back, and he knows that in order for him to be on the floor, he needs to, first of all, continue to play defense the way that he does, but also he got to be able to knock that jump shot down. I expect his 3-point percentage to improve. I ain't saying it's going to, jump 10%, but I do expect it to improve because I would expect that, the training staff and developmental guys over there in down there in New Orleans, are probably telling him that he needs to work on his jump shot so they can space the floor appropriately, right? Like you need to have the ball almost in Zion's hand like he's Shaq, and then when the double team come, because I don't anticipate that a lot of people are going to be able to play a one-on-one, you want him to be able to kick it to anybody. That's CJ, that's Brandon Ingram, that's Alvarado when he in the game, that's Valanciunas, who we saw knock down big threes last year against the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs. So I would say, ain't nothing wrong with, putting a little sprinkle on there, bro.
Okay, because I've been looking at that game all day. I really like the Pelicans to win. I'll be shocked if the Pelicans don't end up, a top 4 or 5 seed in the West.
I'm with you.
On paper,
I'm with you.
On paper, I don't see too many lineups like really like stopping them. And
yeah,
then, they got the youth too.
Yeah,
young.
Yeah.
Willie Green got them boys hooping. They got a menace on the bench and Alvarado. They still got Devontae Graham, who's a knockdown shooter.
That's a fact.
So I'm looking at them like, yo, I won't be shocked if they in the Western Conference Finals this year.
Ooh, now we going out on the left. Okay, no, I can. I'm messing with you. I like them too, though. I made the team preview video, and I made the future win total video. They actually one of the overs that I'm on. So I'm with you, Boubaye, on that one. And as I'm hearing people talk about this game, I was already leaning towards the Pelicans in this game too. But I think the play that I'm gonna put in, it might be a late ad. I'm gonna do a little more research. I think I'm gonna take the Nets team total under, because I don't necessarily want to take the over, because like you said, I don't want to take the under for the full game, because I think the Nets defense is trash. And I think it's going to be hard for them to be able to slow down and contain a team like the Pelicans that can score so many different ways. But I don't think that neither here nor there. I think that even if the Nets win, it'll be because somehow they miraculously play enough defense. And I don't see that happening. So I think I'm going to take the Nets team total under. That way I don't necessarily have to worry about the spread or the money line. But yeah, I like your look. I like the look, Boubaye.
Yeah, the only other play I'm really looking at so far, and I'll get around to looking at some more. I'm just starting to look at stuff now. I'm liking Devin Booker for his threes. You know, typically I play threes, and Devin Booker over 2.5 is plus money. They got that taste of that ass whooping from Game 7 or whatever game it was when they lost by like 70 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to play Aiden, but I don't know what's going on in Phoenix. Him and Monty ain't speaking. They got a rift. Aiden got paid, but he really want to be out of there. So I like him for 20, but I'm gonna take it safe on that and take the Booker over 2.5 threes at plus 106. So that's what I'm rocking with today. Herb Jones 2 threes, Pelicans to win. The PPD, it's actually plus 720. And then I'm gonna rock with the Devin Booker over 2.5 threes. That's probably all I'll play today, honestly.
Yeah, I like it. I like going light on and for the people who joined late, I kind of mentioned it already. We don't got to force stuff just because there's not a lot of advantages, right? When everybody playing, when it's everybody first night back, we don't have anybody on the second night of a back-to-back or third and fourth nights. Some of these teams gonna look rusty. Some of them gonna look great. And it's gonna be a lot of the bets that we think based on teams that we think gonna look good, they're not gonna look as good, and vice versa too. So, it's a good watch and get a feel for a spot, especially if you're in the unit betting and you're not trying to recreationally bet. I like what you're saying, Boubaye, and good luck on both of those plays, bro. I like them a lot better than you coming in here talking about my Lakers gonna win by 11.5, trying to get my hopes up yesterday.
Hey, I heard you talking about that game on Thursday, man. The Lakers gotta win one. They ain't going 0 for 82. I'm pressing that money line button every game they play. I don't even care.
Hey,
I'm definitely taking the Lakers money line tomorrow. No way they lose to the Clippers. I'm done with them if they lose to the Clippers.
Hey, you done with them early then. I was about to say, as long as you got a lot of money, you can keep losing it on the Lakers, bro. And that's my team, but I'm not backing the Lakers, bro, unless we playing against a team that don't play no defense. And the Clippers do and Golden State did, so I can't do it, bro. But best of luck on your plays tonight, my bro. Let me real quick. So it's 6:24. I'm gonna wrap up at 6:30. I definitely want to get Monotone. I'm gonna come back to you real quick, and then I want to kick it to Matt, and then I'm gonna go over my officials again, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Monotone, the floor is yours, bro.
Thank you, man. I'll be real quick right here. I know Matt's been waiting. I'm sure he's got some great stuff to drop right here. I just want to say Rui Hachimura to hit 1-3 literally just dropped 3 minutes ago. It's minus 185, so I would recommend pairing it with whatever your favorite money line is. I did it with the Hawks because I think the Hawks are going to win. Rui shot 42% from 3 in the second half of last season after kind of having a mental health break the first half of the season, drastically changing his shooting form. He looked great. Additionally, 44% on catch and shoot threes. They finally have a real point guard in there in Monty Morris, who's been top 5 in assist to turnover ratio over these last couple seasons. Love Rui, man. All the hype this offseason. He looks good in the preseason. Porzingis talked about how he totally transformed his body in the offseason. Beal was complimenting him just yesterday. For them to have this one number even available as a bettable option is just ridiculous. Like I said, 42% from 3 in the second half of last season and 44% on catch and shoot threes. Love Rui. Love this prop. I betted a ton last year, and it's still undervalued.
I like that a lot as well, Monotone. I think he's a guy that's going to step up for this team this year. I mean, we kind of saw it. If you watch the preseason games, especially the early ones when they were over in where did they go? China, Japan, Japan, yeah, because he was at home, yeah. He's African American in Japan and Japanese. So yeah, I said Japan, but yeah, he's Japanese. So yeah, he looked like he's in really good form right now, Monto. I like Rui Hachimura a lot, and when you think about a matchup, I mean, you ain't gonna get too many better than the Pacers. So I like that one a lot.
He was in the preseason, right? Do you remember what he went?
Nah, I don't, but I know he was cooking. He was definitely cooking.
I just remember the point totals were very, very high. I don't remember what the threes were, but yeah, he's warmed up. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm in.
Absolutely agree with that.
Miles Turner, like Miles Turner block or something. That's what I would do.
Yeah. The legend himself has graced our presence, you guys. This is the time that we've all been waiting for. It's like, nah, I don't want to give him too big of an intro. He wouldn't like that anyway. But Matt is in the building with us. Matt, what's going on, my brother? It's good for it to be NBA season, and I'm happy to hear what you got to share, my brother. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Man, oh man, I've been listening to a lot of good takes. My producers texted me because we got to go on for a NFL show here in a minute. So I don't have much, but I do like I said, I like a lot of the looks I heard. Pistons money line. Go ahead and lay the extra juice. Just take those 2.5 points out of there. Pistons are going to get it done tonight against the Magic. Got some same game parlays up, that kind of thing. Started the season well. Best thing I can, say is long season ahead. We don't start blowing your whole bankroll on the first night or second night or third night. we got a long few months ahead of us. So pick and choose your spots, and again, best of luck. Chris, it's good to hear from you, man. Miss these spaces, but I have got to run, brother. So
I appreciate that. Absolutely. Anytime, man. You know, you can always come up, bro. All you gotta do is request the mic and you got it. But yeah, and best of luck, man, on whatever else you got. I like the Pistons tonight too.
The Pistons too?
I didn't play them, but I really like them a lot. And I think, taking that money line is not a bad look at all. Like you said, taking the points out, just in case it's a 1-point win. I like that. I like that look a lot, man.
All right, guys. Well, hey, good luck. Thanks for having me.
Best of luck, man. Appreciate you as always, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, later, bro. I said I wouldn't have any more guests, but we got another heavy hitter in the building. My guy Tone here, so I gotta kick it to Tone real quick, and then we gonna wrap it up. Tone, what's going on, bro? Happy NBA season.
Brother? How you been?
I'm good, bro. How you?
I'm chilling. I'm gonna just come in real quick and just drop one little gem for you.
What you got?
First ladder of the year. Trey Jones threes. We're taking 1, 2, and 3. 3 is 10-1. He looked good at the end of the year when he got starting minutes. Now he is a starter. This Spurs offense is gonna need a spark. I don't know anybody else on that team, but I'm taking Trey Jones, man. I love him. He looked good in preseason. Shot 5 and 3 in one of those. In one game, shot 5, and then the other game, I'm pretty sure he shot 3. He shot 2. He made 1 and 3 of the 4 games. So we're taking Trey Jones, man.
I like that look, Tom. I mean, if you're gonna take him, you definitely want to take him against a team like Charlotte, and you want to take him at home. And I think Trey's gonna be. A lot of people don't know a lot of the guys on the Spurs team, but I watched him a lot last year, so I'm familiar. But yeah, Trey's he can definitely knock him down too, especially if they're drawing double teams. It might be a Keldon Johnson, assist game, and Trey Young hits the threes. I could definitely see that as well. The other thing to keep in mind is that the Spurs, they probably won't lose too many games because they can't score. It's probably going to be because they can't guard anybody. Popovich is going to have that offense, running as smoothly as it possibly can, given the amount of talent that he has. So I think that's important to keep it take into consideration as well. But that's it, man. I appreciate Tone. I see my guy RC jump back in. RC, if you got anything, you can definitely request that, bro. But if not, I appreciate you guys for coming through. We definitely had some heavy hitters in the building. Real quick, I want to go over my officials and just kind of share the announcements that I mentioned earlier. Myself, Ronald, and Finesse the Books host a chalkboard community. The link is in, I think, my bio. It's in Ronald's bio, but if you can't find it where our plays are posted, you just DM me. I'll send you the link. That's the first thing I want to share. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm doing the morning show. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. My YouTube is posted in the top of my Twitter in my bio as well. Partnered with Basketball Forever Podcast Network. 7 a.m. I'm going over my looks that I like. And that's a perfect segue into the first play that I took was the Chicago Bulls team total under 105.5 this morning. I locked it in at minus 115. Then the Zach LaVine news broke, so I'm pretty sure the odds probably crumbled just a tad bit. Also, so I'm on that, and I gave my analysis about that already. The last thing, the other two plays that I went official on was man. The last two, Jalen Green points over 22.5. Really like the spot for him tonight in the fast-paced game with Atlanta. And them just having to keep up. He also averaged 22 in about 23 minutes in the preseason. Granted, it's the preseason, but that shows me that he's in pretty good shape and definitely been working on his game over the offseason. And then the other play, Keldon Johnson, also over 22.5. He gets the Charlotte team, which is abysmal on defense, and I think he could potentially score 30 tonight, if I'm being honest. So I like both of those guys to go over 22.5. I think they're both of those numbers are really soft. Those are my three officials. I'm looking towards taking the Nets team total under rather than playing the spread in that game, but I haven't made that official. And then you guys actually share some plays that I like as well. Shout out to Papi Cinco. He came in and gave out Josh Hart rebounds over 6.5. I like that look a lot. PJ Washington props. I think he's another guy, especially without LaMelo Ball in that game. I really like him a lot, and I got to figure out how I want to play him if I do get there with that. And then somebody else mentioned the Clint Capella double-double. And if you know anything about the Houston Rockets, they don't have a center. So Clint Capella should absolutely dominate, get a lot of rim runs. I think the double-double in the win should be a really, really cool play if you want to do the player performance double. I don't know what the odds are. Those things were just kind of mentioned, and those aren't official for me, but those are things that I'm going to be looking at as well. Also, I'll be posting my plays over in the Chalkboard community, so I definitely suggest you guys go over there as well. I'm going to do that as soon as I finish this and tweet them out probably as well. And that's all I got, man. I know we went over a couple minutes. Like I said, I want to keep the show to 5:15, from 5:15 Eastern time to about 6:15. When we have larger slates like today with 12 games, we can go over 15 minutes. That's totally fine, right? So 6:30 is going to be the cutoff time. If you got plays and you want to share, just make sure you're here after I give my analysis, because I'll definitely just kick the mic to you guys and we can kind of go from there. But I want to be respectful of everybody else's time as well as my own, and I want it to be sharp guys coming up with sharp looks because they've done their homework, right? So we're not just giving the mic to anybody, but if you got a look and you've done your homework, you've done your research, the eye test, says that it's going to hit, then, I want to get you in there. So definitely tap in with me tomorrow. If you're going to be up in the morning, 7 a.m., that'll be recorded as a podcast as well, but over on YouTube. If you're in the YouTube comments, a lot of people came through and dropped plays. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for me on your way out. And best of luck on all your bets tonight, man. Let's get some cash, and then we got 2 games tomorrow. I will say this. If you stay with me throughout this time, I already put in the Clippers. I didn't get the line at 4, but I do like the Clippers minus 5.5. I locked it in. I think they probably beat my Lakers tomorrow by about 7 or 8 at the least. We lost all 4 games to them last year. That was without Kawhi Leonard. I don't think that, we can't score the ball. So that's an early look. I do expect that line to move, which is why I'm giving it to you guys now. I locked in the Clippers minus 5.5. Should have got the 4, but was, moving kind of slow, trying to cap the games for the day. So that's what I'm on for tomorrow. There will be a show in the morning. I'll go over that game in a little more detail because there's only 2 games played tomorrow. I'll also look at, we'll have line for player props as well. And I'll do the morning show, and then we'll have another spaces as well in the evening, 5:15. Best of luck, like I said, on all your plays tonight, man. And let's get some cash, man.